What is going on, guys? PoliticsGaming here, and today I am going to be doing a live stream playing as the United States of America. Basically, what I'm going to be doing today is actually just basically just kind of immigration based, somewhat. Basically, I am going to be this is sort of like a 1,000 subscriber live stream. So you guys, I know you guys love watching me play Power and Revolution, so we are going to be playing Power and Revolution. So, um, first things first, let us go ahead and subsidize our agricultural sector. I'm going to go ahead and subsidize all sectors by $30 million. We are actually going to go through and exonerate. Oh man. We're actually going to go through and exonerate any of these sectors from federal taxes. This is 1.1. What is going on, Emre Boudgay? I think that's how you say it. Thank you for the comment. I like doing Power and Revolution. I need to start doing more Power and Revolution because I did stop just because of basically the whole 2018. If I started a series, I would have to start it over because of the update, and then the file would become corrupted. So that is actually why I have not been posting as of late, but I will soon get back onto it as soon as 2018 is released, which is going to be next week. Bug Day, that's how you say it, I think. We're actually gonna go ahead and subsidize that. Accounts for 11% of our taxes of our federal income. So we are going to subsidize it by about $300 million. We're not going to exonerate it, but we are going to subsidize it. Exonerate, we're not going to subsidize iron, but we are, okay, yeah, we are actually going to go ahead and subsidize it by about $50 million. Rare earth oxides, we actually do have production of rare earth oxides, so we are going to income tax. Okay, we are going to also, you're a US citizen, but your family is Turkish. I love Turkey. Turkey is literally the best country that I can ever think of. Turkey is one of my favorite countries in the world. You know what? We're actually going to just because of you, I'm not going to put that, but just because of you, we are going to increase our aid to Turkey, to the Republic of Turkey, by several $100 million. You know what? Screw it. Gonna actually throw our aid to $1 billion. Okay, so biotechnology, let's go ahead and develop biotechnology. Let's go ahead and throw about $500 million into biotechnology. What is their tax income? We are not making a lot from them, so we are going to exonerate them from federal taxes. Pharmaceuticals, that is 10% of a percent. So I think, you know what, pharmaceuticals, I think we are actually just going to hold off. Okay, since you don't support the current government of Turkey, we are actually going to reduce aid and only put it at about $450 million of aid. We have green relations with Afghanistan. Turkey, we already have military bases there. So, diamond, I don't think we can actually increase that. Video games, what is our income from video games? We're gonna go ahead and exonerate the video game sector. For those who are watching right now, go ahead and leave a like. Leave a like, talk in the comments below. There is actually a new feature that I actually activated, in which basically, you guys are allowed to directly support me through YouTube. So basically what you can do is that you can, go to YouTube Gaming, to the YouTube Gaming part of YouTube, and then basically for only $4.99 a month, you can support me financially to continue making these videos. So I can afford more games, I can afford more DLCs, I can afford a lot more things. So basically, I would be able to do more for you guys. So if you want to go ahead and sponsor me, I need 2 sponsors to sponsor me, and then once I get 2 sponsors to sponsor me, I actually will be able to there's like some feature that it wants that it says that it will give me once I have 2 sponsors. I don't exactly know what it is, but it would be fun to basically kind of play with that. I do believe there is actually, let me check. No, it only lets me try and send super chats. Housing, we're gonna go ahead and repair some housing. Let's go ahead and get 500,000 people to fix 50,000 houses. What are we doing? I wish there was a way to reduce the amount of aid that you give international organizations, such as the United States actually did cut off about $160 million worth of aid and funding to the United Nations, and that actually pissed off a lot of people, but where is it? Best way to improve growth of the U.S. economy, buying resources. Cheap deals improves the economy and reduces. Okay, so Emred, who do you suggest that I buy from? What country should I actually invite first to start importing and buying some raw materials from? We're going to go ahead and build another nuclear power plant. We're going to go ahead and place it in western Kansas. And then we're going to raise this to 101,500,000. Number of reservists, 800,000. And 1,900 commandos. Immigration. Conduct an operation for a selection of illegal immigrants based on criteria of integration for illegal immigrants having lived on the territory for more than 5 years. I think I can go through a few deportation orders and then allow for that, because that is actually what is going on in the United States as of now. That Donald Trump is actually paving the way for 1.6 million illegal immigrants to basically okay, so I doubt I can even make a deal with China. Actually, I think the Russians, it's either the Russians or the Saudi Arabians. I think I usually buy from Saudi Arabia. Dismantle. Oil, conventional oil. Contracts, new contracts. What am I doing? Okay, so, okay, oil, world info, and then sale. Actually, production. And then Saudi Arabia is actually cheaper by about $100, so we're going to go ahead and meet up with Saudi Arabia. You know what, we're not actually going to do that. We're going to go ahead and form it through a economic contract. Purchase, so oil, where is oil? Oil right here. We're going to go ahead and buy, I think that would be enough. About $100 billion contract that we would be importing. Actually, you know what, we're gonna actually import here. Okay, new contract. Product. Oil. Okay, we'll cut that in half. 244 million. Should I put this contract at 1 year? $205 million metric tons of oil in 1 year for $82.1 billion. We're going to go ahead and name this contract. We are going to name it the U.S. Saudi oil deal, and then we are going to send that over. Our foreign minister should be back with us in a few days, and then we will know the answer to whether we made a good contract. Agreement negotiation. Your interlocutor has accepted. The agreement has now been signed. Okay, so the U.S. Saudi oil deal is now on track, so let's go ahead and skip to the next Monday, and we will see how this is affected. As long as the price is cheaper than your buying price, you will make profit out of that. Yes, it will. Okay, so we basically what are oh boy, riot. Not enough police. Let's go ahead and send in the military.
We have subdued.
God, I hate it whenever that happens because that things just spam out your thing. What is going on with you? Okay, so if you want to help increase GDP, building more electrical plants will do so. Yeah, let's go ahead and start a let's build about 6 of these. We're gonna build them all in southern Texas, basically because it is closer to the equator. So whenever you're building solar plants, you actually want to build them as close to the equator as possible in your country. So like if you want to do it, just do it in the southern United States. So like Florida, Mississippi, Georgia, Alabama, Texas, New Mexico, and California. Still got it about 3 more to go. I'm gonna put this one in Big Bend, and then another one just outside of Houston. And then we're gonna go ahead and put the last one south in between the Peck Mines oil platform and New Orleans. So that should actually be done in the next 40 days, I think. Let's go ahead and check the math. 120 days. Oh God, it is so much lag. Looks like we do have a cold spell in Wisconsin. We're going to go ahead and give them a emergency package of $50 million. Let's go ahead and mess with taxes. Let's go ahead and reduce company taxes to 34.5. Really? Okay. 34.5. It will cost us about $9.9 billion. Healthcare reform, reducing the reimbursement for... Yeah, I always actually do that. Whenever I'm actually... well, this is for any country, which I actually think I'm going to go ahead and do it as the United States. You know what, actually, we're reducing our deficit otherwise. But if we cannot reduce our deficit, then this is going to be our nuclear option by reducing funding to reimburse for visits to the doctor. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put that at $7 billion. Hooray for drones. And that's it. The value added tax, I would rather use that as a reform by basically reducing income tax, and then basically I think my goal as any country that does not use the value added tax, I want to basically switch the because basically the way I see it, especially as playing the United States, $1.4 trillion dollars of federal money is coming from income tax. So if I reduce this and I just keep reducing and reducing and reducing and reducing, I think by 2025 I would be able to, and if I increase the value added tax at the same time, I would actually be able to basically make my economy more reliant on the value added tax rather than federal income tax, because I actually think that would actually be very interesting for my next series. So I think next time that I am playing a country, whether that be, I know Germany has the value added tax, and I think Australia does too. So maybe as a new series as the United States, that could actually be a goal beside the space missions, to basically switch the U.S. Income. Yeah, basically. Um, that would actually be a very, very interesting scenario. Um, Usually, what I do to promote growth, I usually reduce the company tax, because that always promotes growth, because you're basically allowing your company to keep more money, your companies to keep more money, and then basically they would be able to. When is the vote actually? That is going to be on February 3rd. The basic I actually was gonna say something, but my mind went blank. Oh yeah, the okay, all people have been compensated. So company taxes, whenever you reduce them, they actually, like, people hate them because they always say like corporations are bad, blah blah blah. But I mean, give them more money, they're gonna be able to pay their employees more, and basically they're gonna be able to do a lot of positive things. What is actually to support? 99 for and 66 against. 66 for, 99 for. What is our stance on gay marriage? Marriage is legalized, okay. That is good, good, good. Regulate contraception. Authorize at will. Whoa, 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 whoa. Love of life. Happiness increases in the United States. Happiness declines in the United States. Australian tournament. And speed is the future. You know what? I think, what is our economic map? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and make a deal with Canada and Mexico. Well, we're not a communist nation, so there's always going to be companies in my capitalist system. Debt. What kind of debt do we have? $408 billion budget deficit. Most of our debt, foreign debt, is actually going to China. Third is Japan. Fourth is France. Fifth is Canada. Australia actually holds $321 billion of our debt. Huh, I did not know that. Russia has the largest interest rate on us, actually, with, we are owing them $149 billion at an interest rate of 11.72%. So that is actually not good. Not good. So what my idea was basically was going to ask Canada for authorization to a high-speed railway. We're going to go ahead and ask the same thing of Mexico. This would promote growth between our nations if there is a high-speed rail system that basically connects our countries. So let's go ahead and skip. Looks like the Super Bowl is on. Canada agrees to a potential partnership for the for the construction of a high-speed railway, but Mexico refused. We do not have a strong relationship with this country. My goal, actually, for this is going to be basically because if I can get like a high-speed rail train from San Diego to Tijuana, that would actually promote a lot of growth. Maybe even um, Austin to Nuevo Laredo or Reynosa. I'm actually going to go ahead and start a rail train. Where can we do it? You know what? Okay, we have Plano, Dallas, and Fort Worth. So, oh, and Arlington. We can do Arlington because if we do Arlington, and Arlington is basically going to be the middle ground, it would develop Arlington. But if we do Dallas, Dallas would basically be connected. What if we do... Aha, I know exactly where the train needs to go. It'll be a Dallas-Chicago line. It's a $56 billion contract. We're going to go ahead and move that up to 105. We're going to get it done in 29 months. You know what? We're going to do a $40 billion. 50. Okay. 50 billion. That'll be $250 billion. 30 billion. That'll be done in 23 months. Let's get it done in 20 months. Okay, that's going to be about $200 billion. Let's go ahead and accept. So, Canada agrees to a potential partnership. Okay, let's go ahead and see Dallas-Chicago high-speed rail lane. Can already draw. This is a new high-speed. Will be a plus for our tourism industry. Lastly, cities chosen for train stations are excellent choices. So if we wanted to connect the United States and Canada, what cities would we connect? We can do Philadelphia and Ottawa, or actually New York and Ottawa. Let's go ahead and do New York and Ottawa. Just a straight line shot. We're going to cover 95% of the project. No, this is not the new update. What is going on, Aaron Jack? Construction should be completed in 9 months. So, let's go ahead and see if Canada actually accepts that. Looks like we did pass the tax company. Next week is whenever the updates should actually be dropping. So, because they actually did announce on their Twitter, basically, the project refused. Certain selected cities for the tracks are badly chosen, and there are more important needs elsewhere. Okay, looks like that was a failed project. Maybe we could actually do Seattle connected to Vancouver. Maybe even San Francisco connected to um, Vancouver. Nah, that would have to be Seattle and Vancouver. Yeah, I'm actually really excited to start rigging elections because I want to play as Russia and basically just like clamp down on Europe with cyber attacks. And then as the United States, I could rig um, elections in other countries that I really want, especially the Philippines, Mexico. Mexico would be a great choice. Sweden. Build a line across the country, New York to LA. Let's actually see how much that will cost. Okay, a straight line shot from New York to LA. 5,000 miles, 45,000 federal employees. That will take 172 months. Even at full capacity, it would be $1 trillion project and 57 months to complete. I actually got a request from someone. In search of funding. Wonder how that will work. Yeah, right? I wish we had more land connections, honestly. Let's go ahead and check our currency. About 0.25%, 0.37% actually. Education. We need to continue. You know what? I'm actually going to do it. Let's go ahead and reduce funding to hospital treatment and doctor. Confirm that. And then let's build 50 hospitals. Okay, 60 hospitals. Still spending about $700 billion on our... Okay, we got a 16%... I tried with my current version. No elections happened from the U.S. for 2020. I actually did not go through any elections before. Now they actually did schedule the elections now. They actually fixed that. But in my original USA series, I actually the 2018 midterms never happened. So let's go ahead and actually look at that. Next elections, 11/6/2018. Yeah, there are going to be midterm elections. Legalize the weed, man. Hell yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go to police, legislation. Actually, no, that is actually in healthcare and Social Security. Regulate the consumption of marijuana. Let's go ahead and start slowly. Do a consumption decriminalized. The Democrats are against it. Huh. Let's go ahead and ask our party to support this measure. To allow for the decriminalization of marijuana on a federal level. Okay, let's see how much you think of me, loyalty, and then ask you to support it. No, you're not. If I added it to a reform, I think I would be able to get it passed easier. Did I? Consumption of marijuana, I got a smiley face on, but health and security, I got a frowny face on. Let's go ahead and do what I usually do. So let's go ahead and increase a lot of funding for my environmental waste recycling. Let's go ahead and put in about $1 billion, billion and a half dollars worth of funding. Let's go ahead and put more into pollution and nuclear threats. Let's go ahead and knock that down, and that will be $1.4 billion that we are throwing in the environment. So people are safe and secure, and they will not have to worry about population. Let's check our population. GDP per capita has jumped almost $5,000 since the beginning of the game, and it has only been a month. We have a negative 1.97. What are we doing? Okay, let's see if I can get the Democrats to support this. Because I know the Democrats want weed. What the hell?
I'd be happy.
I really, really hope they change. What the hell? What did I do? What's my plan to get out of debt? I don't know. Just keep reducing my deficit and hopefully it pays off the debt. I never really make a plan for how I get out of debt. I usually just kind of mess with the economy, promote growth. What is our growth rate at actually? Oh boy, that is a little bad. We have a 10% growth rate. That is going to crash, and it is going to hurt our economy. Look at this, we actually had a dip in the stock market. Let's actually go ahead and check the contract that we signed. Did you stop the wars in Afghanistan and Syria? I just started watching your stuff. Welcome to my channel, Aaron. No, I have not stopped the conflicts in Syria. I don't really meddle in them. I do launch several airstrikes so I can weaken ISIS to basically say like we're not gonna have you around here for long. But usually I just let the countries in that area basically we're actually gonna launch an airstrike against the car. Okay, we have a missile on the way. Boom. We have a Syrian plane. Because yeah, usually the countries actually do a good job in securing themselves. So that's why I usually just don't do anything. What? There was actually a carrier that we used to have in that area. Let's go ahead and launch an airstrike from Saudi Arabia, and we are going to hit these rebels right here. If you guys have not know right now, go ahead, leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more of this content, especially whenever, holy hell, tax on company turnover. Wait, what is this? This tax is payable each year by businesses and individuals who have a non-salaried professional activity. we are actually going to go ahead and put that into a reform so we can go ahead and get that income. That will save our economy. We're going to go ahead and name this HR1 for 1477. Okay, so we have Democratic approval, but we don't have Republican approval. So we are actually going to reduce taxes because we would actually be able to. Did I add? Yeah, I did. Will be. No, the reforms actually do stuff because the reforms actually, if like just like here, let me show y'all. If I wanted to get marijuana legalized, if I try to do it now, both parties are gonna refuse. Both chambers of Congress are gonna say no, we don't want to do that. So what do? Come over here. You start a new reform. You can call it anything you want. So you can call it the cannabis legal the Cannabis Legalization Act. You can name it that, and then you create the reform. So it's gonna say, oh yeah, well it's not gonna want to do that. So what you would do is you would come here and then put something that people would actually like tax exemptions for companies using retirement by capitalization. And then so that would actually get the support of both parties, and then so it would rack up the approval of that bill, and then you would be able to get it passed. So reforms are actually very, very useful. Whenever you cannot get a single piece, just one piece of legislation passed. So what am I doing? I'm actually going to go ahead and see what my biggest aid is. We're going to go ahead and reduce that to $750 million. And then India, we're giving $500 million. Pakistan, we're giving $400 million. We're going to go ahead and reduce that to $250 million. No problem, will be. Creation. Let's go ahead. When is the vote for HR 1477? We do not know that. Let's go ahead and skip to about March 15th. Members of terrorist organization threaten. Bill has been voted on, but unfortunately has not been passed. So let's go ahead and look at this. Elections for the head of Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation. Speeding. Famous political journalist has been arrested. It's crazy we give so much aid and the country runs a deficit. Yeah, in real life, actually, the United States actually funds the entire foreign aid. All of the foreign aid that the United States gives is worth $16 billion. So I think actually, let's go over here to diplomacy, and right here it actually says that we are only giving out. Actually, that is aid. That is diploma. That's not even aid. So right here, cost economic aid that we are giving out. Total sums paid annually as public aid for development. $13 billion is how much we're giving off. The most we are giving out is to Afghanistan. Which we are not going to cut any aid to Afghanistan because they need that money. Foreign abortions, oh my god, that is hilarious. Research. Let's go ahead and look at this. Genes. See, I love this actually because it actually there's a lot of things that you can actually do. You can find the vaccine to AIDS. You can have the vaccine to leprosy, diabetes medication, anti-hair loss molecule, anti-sleep molecule, the molecule that continuously activates histophylaire neurons in the posterior hypothalamus that inhibits melatonin, the sleep hormone. With this molecule, you can skip sleep. Hair loss lotion. Bionic simple piloting of machine by thought. Stem cell research right here. Development of paralysis treatment that regenerates destroyed nervous cells in the spinal cord. Let's go ahead and give medicine and genetics $6 billion. Yeah, I am actually looking forward to ICBMs too because I'm actually gonna have a lot of fun just launching missile attacks against other countries and other terrorist organizations from the comfort of my side of the ocean. Budget. Okay, so this is our budget right here. This goes from defense all the way to tourism. Our lowest funded is $552 million. It's to tourism. The most is our defense, which is worth $850 billion. Most of that is just maintaining our most of that is just paying for our actual military. So that is actually because I actually tried to do this. So basically, you can come over here. Actually, we have to go to military operations. Annual cost of troops overseas, $250 billion. You can cut it by $250 billion, but I mean, you're still gonna have all of that money that's still going into your military because it's trying to maintain your military. So it doesn't work the way it used to whenever I played Masters of the World, because the Masters of the World, the first thing I would actually do would be to withdraw my military from any country that I don't think that I needed to be in, such as Germany, the United Kingdom, Bosnia, Kosovo, stuff like that. Afghanistan, I kept my troops in. Iraq, I kept my troops in. Stuff like that. So basically, I was actually just keeping myself from going bankrupt just because I was like spending so much goddamn money on the military. Usually, what I want to spend all of my money on is usually healthcare, energy, work, unemployment. Our unemployment is actually at 4.05%. Minimum wage is $1,276 a month. The big four being Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, and Obamacare. Cruise Christ 2016. What are you talking about? Obamacare. Obamacare is not. I mean, Obamacare would basically be an expense accounted as healthcare, because healthcare would basically be paying, because federal money coming or paying for Obamacare was coming from tax dollars. And of course, that would be health and social security. No. This is actually the 2017 version that I am playing. I'm not playing 2018. But in the 2017 version, the United Kingdom is still in the European Union, which I mean is still realistic, because legitimately, realistically, the United Kingdom has not left the European Union. And then imagine if Eversim released the update without the United Kingdom in the European Union, and then basically what would happen is the United Kingdom would have another vote, maybe in like a month or two, and say, okay, we're going to see if the people want to stay in the European Union. They voted stay. And then in the game, the United Kingdom is out of the European Union, so it wouldn't reflect. Cruz, what is your source on that? That is not, I'm sorry, but that is not true. The federal money that paid for, hang on. What did I actually just like see if it's possible to invade and annex Venezuela? They got tons of oil and you wouldn't need to import it, or unless heavily. Hang on. I'm actually looking it up too. Hang on, guys. I am actually looking this up because how much does Obamacare cost? Because what you're talking about is actually the federal subsidies that are actually paying for okay, here we go. This was a Time article. The nonpartisan office estimates that the program of Obamacare will cost the federal government $1.34 trillion over the next decade, an increase of $136 billion from the CBO's predictions in 2015. In 2016 alone, Obamacare will cost a total of $110 billion. Okay, you were possibly right about it costing in the trillions of dollars, but over the next 10 years, not like per year. As for invading China, China does not have a lot of resources. They have a lot of people. They have a massive economy, and that would all absolutely fuck my ass if I were to invade China and annex them. Venezuela, however, I am actually going to go ahead and manage that. Let's go ahead and see what you guys are up to. And then for now, we're going to go ahead and take our spies out of France, India, Brazil, Argentina, Uzbekistan, Vietnam, Thailand, and Nigeria. I'm going to take all of our guys out of there. We do not need our spies to be in those countries, because it is a waste of money. Play to China invade the other countries for their oil. See, I don't know how you guys invade countries without losing. Because every time I launch an attack against another country, unless like you're getting like proof that unless you're getting a United Nations resolution to invade. I don't know how you invade. Unless they either attack you first or you find stuff on them and then go to war. I don't know what. Someone needs to tell me how you make money off of that, or yeah, or not make money. Someone needs to tell me how. Um, what happens during a UN invasion? No, basically what you would be doing right here is basically you have spy networks. Like here, go to Secret Service, go to CIA, and then you have managed networks. So basically, I would have like right here. So so for example, if I wanted to invade Pakistan, I would come over here and then I would go to political spying. Go to political spying. So basically, what it does, it finds someone in their cabinet who has deep connections in the government of the nation. So, like their transport secretary or their agricultural secretary would basically be picked, and then so they would give you information of what they know the country is up to. Um, and then basically you would come back after, like, because the most often than not thing is that they're producing nuclear weapons. So basically you would come over here and then um, you would provide proof that a nation is a threat to international security. And then so you would come over here, you would put in Iran, not Iran, Iraq. You would put in Iran, for example, because they're producing nuclear weapons. So you would click confirm, and then it would basically take. But what you have to have, or else you are not going to be able to get a UN resolution. You have to come over here to consult secret files on heads of state, and then basically it would be pulled up right here to where it would say this country is producing nuclear weapons in secret, and then you would go to the United Nations, provide proof that it is a threat to national security, international security, and then they would go through it, and then they would say, okay, this is enough for sanctions. And then so you would be able to sanction that country, and actually I think it is automatically sanctioned. Yeah, to get full UN approval, basically just be friends with all of the permanent members, which I'll explain what that means in a minute. And then whenever you want to go to war, come over here to ask the Security Council for authorization for a military intervention. And then so basically that would provide the same evidence as a military intervention. And then so basically the United Nations is this. So let's go over here. Let's go to politics and the United Nations. The countries in red: the United States, the United Kingdom, France, Russia, and China. These are what's known as the permanent members of the United Nations, of the United Nations Security Council, or the UNSC. So basically, if any one of these countries votes against your resolution, any one of them, whether it's the United Kingdom, so usually it's what they think of the country that you're targeting. So if I wanted to invade Pakistan, but the Chinese or the Russians were on good terms with Pakistan, they would vote against it, and then I wouldn't be able to invade Pakistan. And then these other colors right here, these are actually temporary members. They have a vote. They would be able to vote for resolutions or against resolutions, but they do not have the same power. So you have to have at least half of the council voting for you. But one of the main things you would either want is for a Security Council member to vote for or at least abstain from voting. So it's a mouthful. Actually, my throat is hurting right now. Let's go over here to education and put more money into backup classes. So I'm gonna go ahead. Yeah, I really like getting, but what happens when military intervention is utilized? Um, Basically, whenever you get military intervention. So if I wanted to invade Pakistan, and I go through the entire process that I just explained, basically, I would be able to come over here, go to military operations, click attack this country, and then basically what I would be able to do is I would be able to launch military attacks against the country. I would be able to move troops into the region and invade through the south of Pakistan. And then so what you need to do is take their capital as fast as you can. So what you want to do is you want to send everything you've got into the capital of the country, and then so after you take over the capital, they automatically surrender. Um, you can do the thing where you just like city hop, city hop, city hop, and just keep strategically capturing cities. And so basically, whenever you capture the capital, it would stop, and then you get a notification saying that the country's military has surrendered. And then what happens is that there's a peace treaty that pops up a few minutes later, or a few days later in game. Um, yeah, there's no UN force. Sorry, I just read that. There's no United Nations force. Basically, it's just you, and then any other country, like United Nations military intervention, any country can get involved. So, like, if India wanted to get involved, like me and the Indians basically make a coalition against Pakistan, the Indians would be free to march 1 million troops into Pakistan. So after you take the capital, basically what would happen is that a few days later, you would get a treaty, and then basically you have options to either, for one, annex, two, you can make them a puppet state. So basically, they would be a dependency off of you. The same thing as Puerto Rico, or new this island right here. So they would become a dependency off of you. Or you just have, there's one last option where you can pull back in elections. So basically, you withdraw all of your troops and allow for free elections in the country that you invaded. Um, I think that's what would happen if the Indians were to take Islamabad before me. Um, I have never tried that, but that would actually be very interesting. There is actually a cool feature. I actually have it on one of my channels. Whenever you launch a nuclear attack, other nuclear nations actually retaliate against you. So I actually played India one time, and I launched a nuclear attack against Pakistan, and they retaliated back against me. And so there was a nukes exchanged actually between both of our countries. See, my thing is I have no idea how to invade a country without UN intervention. Because I've seen people do it, but I have no idea how to do it. Okay, so what we're going to do right here, we are actually going to launch a massive operation to accompany illegal immigrants to the borders. This is a draft, so that should be drafted. The proclamation shall be enacted on the 21st of 2017, 21st of March 2017. So just almost a month, actually. We did lose some of that. I should be expecting riots soon enough. Oh,
Was held and the reform was adopted.
House Reform 144 HR 1477 has actually been passed. Let's go ahead and check to see what our economy is actually looking like. We have more revenue. We reduced our. Let's actually go over here to Parliament, go to Law History. We reduced taxes and we increased the company turnover. So now 1% of sole proprietors are actually paying. So this is actually these are how much we're making off of it. We actually reduced the amount of income tax that we make by about $30 billion. So we're making $30 billion less, but we are making $100 billion more because of company turnover. So if we put that at 10%, we would be making $1.25 trillion. I think a realistic option would actually be put that at about 5, in between 2 and 5%, maybe 3.5%. My favorite part is this game is getting huge midterm supermajorities, then turning America into a paleo conservative paradise. Yeah, whenever 2018 hits, I am actually going to do another United States series. We would actually have to stop with our space program just because I want to pass the midterms, but we can multitask. Basically, I would love to get a supermajority in both houses. We got a conservative and a liberal in the live stream. Go ahead and argue it out, ladies. I love the amount of interaction that is going on in the chat as of now. I actually think there might be a break in here in a few minutes. I'm possibly gonna go get myself a drink and some food, and then I would come back. I would continue live streaming. I'm actually on sleeping meds right now. I am actually very, very tired. But I just wanted to continue live streaming. I'm actually gonna go ahead and look at that now to see if there's actually something that you guys can actually look at while I am actually gone. Studio mode. Um, I'm not really a liberal, but it is fun to play as one. I'm actually a neutral. I don't really like people that say that, honestly. Because, I mean, um, it's just good to have an opinion. You know, just when display capture, image capture. Actually, I think I got it. I have Ron Paul's economics and Ted Cruz's constitutionalism and a mix of Sarah Palin, Michelle Bachmann. Oh my god, don't even bring up Michelle Bachmann, boy. You have no idea how much I hate her. Is there something going on in the live stream right now? Huh. I'm still working this out. I'm trying to mess with my live stream on I'm gonna have to mess with this next time. Alright, there will actually be a quick break right here. I am going to be right back. I'm going to let you guys talk it out. This live stream is gonna go ahead and continue, but I am going to be back in a moment. So I will see you guys in a second. What is going on, guys? I am back. Sorry for that. fiasco. Looks like you guys are having a lot of fun in the live stream right now. Um, so, um, I'm actually probably just gonna go ahead and just talk to you guys while simultaneously playing. Um, so, what are you guys talking about? Can someone explain to me what you guys are arguing about right now? It's the only way you get more money. Um, as in get them? Do you want? Are you telling me to invade them? I could possibly invade Iran. But then again, what my point is that I have no idea how to invade a country without a United Nations resolution. So if you can help me with that, then fine. Because, I mean, usually I don't want to cheat. Um, yeah, they vote no, but they end up like I end up getting kicked out of office. I can invade Cuba right now, and I can prove you right. Yeah. Okay, I guess I can I'll go ahead and go after Venezuela. I'm gonna go ahead and start up a military buildup. Um, I think we are gonna go ahead and go to war. I'm gonna go ahead and allocate all of troops that are positioned in the south. Maryland. Um, that is 400, almost 500,000 troops. Let's go ahead and get New Mexico in on it too. Actually, New Mexico doesn't have a lot of. Oh my God! Come on. Let's go ahead and get more troops. Let's get Pennsylvania, Virginia, North Carolina. Let's go ahead and get Ohio. Let's get all of these states in. That is 528,000 people. Okay, I think I can go ahead and do that. Let's get all of these tanks, missile launchers. We have 5 carriers that we can mess with. And then I think I can go ahead and make moves with my Air Force. And, You know what? Actually, let's get our commandos. So we can just go ahead and throw our commandos over there, but I don't know if I want to send in like reinforcements. You know what? Let's go ahead, send a like a big ass coalition of like 500,000 troops to this area. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Venezuela's territory. Looks like all of our troops are now being dispatched. And then let's go ahead and move our navy. Be careful, you'll be violating multiple countries. Usually the other countries really don't give a shit. Oh, good lord.
The decree takes effect as of today.
We are going to attack this country.
Alright, here we go. We are now entering a military operation against the Bolivarian Republic. Looks like our deportation order did go through. 412,000 people have been deported. Alright, we have 80,000 people rushing into Venezuela. Let us go ahead and attack a few military points that would be crucial for our victory. Okay, so make sure that it is bombarding. actually had nuclear subs. So let's go ahead and have them bombard this. And then have him start bombarding. Let's actually have him launch an attack against this ship right here that is threatening our troops. Our 70,000 troops are now heading in. Breakdown of diplomatic relations with the Venezuelans. Okay, our attack has commenced. We are now entering a military combat operation with the Venezuelans. We're going to go ahead and start landing troops now. Helicopters are now rushing in to combat our... Let's go ahead and launch an attack. What are you guys doing? Usually they would linger around as terror groups. Oh my god, let's see how many people have died. Oh, 125,000 Americans have died. Just because of helicopters. $155,000. 54 Venezuelans have died. Okay, we are now landing troops. Let's keep moving them, keep moving, keep moving. Okay, I have an idea of how we can win this. If we could just keep on moving our troops out. Oh, God.
The city has...
Yeah, let's see how many people have died now. 203,000. Oh my god, this is one of the deadliest wars. See, I'm not much of a combat fighter. This has actually grown into an embarrassment. This is awfully hilarious. I'm gonna go ahead and quit this. You know what? Just for the hell of it, we're gonna go ahead and play as the Russians real quick. I want to do something. We are going to do this. This is actually going to take a long while, but oh, here we are. Let's go ahead and move a little nuclear sub right off of the coast of the United States. You know where this is going. You know exactly where this is going. Yeah, war's not exactly my thing on this game. Don't worry. I actually I could have won that. It's just I wasn't exactly trying. So that's like, you haven't seen me actually fight a war. Because I've actually fought wars before, and I actually there's actually this one time I actually played as the People's Republic of China on my own. No series, no nothing. I was just playing as China. And so I actually entered a war against the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and I sent a task force of about 30,000 people, and with 30,000 people, I actually took Kinshasa, in which we actually did we actually did have a massive war because the Congolians, whatever the adverb for that is, basically what was happening is that the Congo was invading Rwanda. No, it was actually Uganda. In between, actually, yeah, it was yeah. They were fighting in Uganda. So I ended up taking the side of the Ugandans, and basically I was kind of saying like you guys need to back off, and then they didn't back off. There was a bloody war, hundreds of thousands of people died, and then so I ended up just saying, okay, well I'm gonna go, help them out. So I sent 30,000 troops, and at a loss of about 5,000 Chinese troops, I ended up stopping the well actually I think it was a limited, very limited operation, but basically we kind of like swooped in from this side right here, and then I kind of came in and took the capital, and then finally ended the war. So yeah, it was actually really fun. So yeah, you've never exactly, I don't think you've ever actually seen me fight a war. Fighting a war is hard in this game, but it's fun nonetheless. So what we are actually going to do, we're going to launch a procedure to authorize the use of nuclear weapons. We're going to go ahead and confirm that order. Then we're going to go ahead and invite our Chief of Staff. Let's go ahead and invite him. Then let's go ahead and go to the next day. And then let's also nuke strike teaser. After your request, to engage in a nuclear strike, I must inform you that the procedure stipulates that you must first receive approval from the authorities of the general headquarters, which we are actually going to do right now. Offer a glass of champagne. You're the best. Ask him to authorize a nuclear strike. Let's go ahead and ask him if. No, he will not. ICBMs will help with making attacks easier. Yep. Okay, someone right now, right now, go ahead and put that code into the comments below so I can go ahead and authorize a nuclear strike. Someone go ahead and put that in right now before I exit off the screen. 764138. Thank you so much. So, we have. Okay. Let's. Okay, we actually have an Air Force base in Kaliningrad. Nuclear weapons are at the ready. You know what, actually, let's go ahead and move you just off of the coast. And then you're actually going to move you right there. And then we're going to move you all the way over here. I'll write down nuclear codes for you anytime, PG. Give you a little kiss for that. Give you a little smooch on the cheek. Let's go ahead and look up what our nuclear forces are up to. Nuclear forces are on the move. Good morning. Oh, hell yeah. We are this is going to be an explosive end to this live stream. We are going to do so much. This is going to be amazing. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it. Where is more troops? Oh, we got 24,000 troops right here. Let's go ahead and move some troops to the border of Georgia. Let's go ahead and move these guys out, and then that's actually request to retreat. I must remind you that the flyover authorization for a territory that you have no way of landing authorization, even though we are allied nations. Thus, in the name of the President, I officially ask you to withdraw your troops within 30 days. Yeah, I don't think you have 30 days left. I'm sorry about that. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this ready. Okay, guys, I want you to do one special thing for me before we commence this. I want you, if you have not right now, I want everyone right now to give me a like on this video. I want you, I know how faggoty that sounds, but I want you to go ahead and like this video, subscribe if you have not, and then let's go ahead and see how this ends. Alright, one last order for you guys. I want, can someone go ahead, likes decrease, can someone go ahead and give me, you know what, we're actually going to move you into southern France. Can someone go ahead and give me those nuclear codes that we were talking about earlier?
We are going to violate.
764 764138. Alright, let's go ahead and do it. The attack commence. Wait, what? For a nuclear missile?
You gave the order to bombard a city.
You know what, let's go ahead and do...
We are going to fire a nuclear missile at targets belonging to this country.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what happens. First one is going to impact London. That absolutely destroyed London. We actually missed the explosion. Oh. Oh, God, look at this. Just destroyed 4 cities in Germany. It destroyed London and the surrounding cities. It didn't do a lot of damage to Philadelphia. What? The United States. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm going to kill myself right now. I'm not even kidding. The nuclear attack in the United States killed 6 people. 6 people. 57 people have died in Germany. 120 people have died in Germany, the United Kingdom. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm going to legitimately kill myself. This is ridiculous. Let's go ahead and fire a missile. Whoa. 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 Atomic bomb. Dropped in the United States. I quit. Quit. Okay, so my entire cabinet is quitting. It's revolting. Oh yeah, forgot. I wanna... We have massive protests. Let's go ahead. Launch an attack. Boom. Oh. They actually shut it down. Oh my god, these new fucking nuclear missile launched at Georgia was intercepted by a anti-missile battery. Our attack is failed. Oh my god, look at these fucking notifications. Okay, let's launch. Which I doubt it's going to hit. Let's go ahead and launch it at Ronald Reagan International Airport. Boom. No. The capitals of these cities actually have very, very powerful anti-missile batteries. So it's actually very, very hard to hit the capital of a city. So usually you want to hit a surrounding area. Whoa, 25,000? 5,000 people. Good lord, oh my god. Germany against us. The UN's reaction has calmed down the international. The UN has just officially disapproved of your attack, Mr. President. Nevertheless, has calmed down the international community in order to avoid a fatal escalation of events. Okay, let's go ahead and go through these and see what's going on. Breach of treaties. Signs of decreasing popularity, I bet. Let's go ahead and launch an actual attack against the city of New York. Boom. And then let's go ahead and do Fallout 4. Holy hell, no way. Holy hell. Oh no! The United States launched an attack against us. Oh man, I should have thought about that. How many are dead? 250,000 people are dead in Moscow. The United States just launched a nuclear attack against us. How did their jets get through? Okay, nuclear bombing successful. It doesn't say anything about the United States dropping a bomb. Fall into line, culture of hatred. Limited protest, unlimited protest, unlimited protest, unlimited protest. Nuclear bombing successful. Let's go ahead and launch one more strike. Strike is what?
Parliament sat last night in extraordinary session following the attack that you ordered. It was to be
Fatal conflict after 3 days of conflict.
has finally rotted away at the whole territory.
Berlin has just been destroyed by a nuclear attack. Wow, you can see that right there. Alright guys, well I'm going to go ahead and call this a night. If y'all enjoyed this, go ahead, leave a like.
We are in a dead end.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and resign. If you guys like this, go ahead and leave a like. Subscribe to my channel if you are new. Help me reach 2,000 subscribers, and I will see you guys in the 2018 version of Power and Revolution.